So okay, so this is the part 3 of this video. So here's the mechatronics unit in place. I already installed the sleeve on the transmission, and as I said, the only thing after we do all this process, we only need to push this thing in like so. Okay, it's locked in place, everything looks good. As a reference, I just want to let you guys know that the seals, the external seals of the little part that I showed you earlier, they need some lubrication, and CF as well as BMW, they recommend to use automatic transmission fluid, which I did. Okay, so these seals, they need to be lubricated with automatic transmission fluid. The same one that we're gonna use on the transmission is the same one that can be used as a lubricant. This is the fluid that they sent me. It's original CF Lifeguard fluid. Okay, this is the one that is recommended by CF himself. Of course, it doesn't say BMW because this is not a BMW item, but I'm pretty sure this is the same transmission fluid that they sell at BMW dealer. However, I can't confirm that. So the next thing I wanted to share with you guys, I did not use the impact wrench for to install for this thing to install the valve body. What I did, I used this thing to, you know, reach the bolts all the way, let's say hand tight. Okay, that is 13 bolts, 10 on this area. They're torque 40s. It's the same socket that you will use to remove the oil pan. So you can't miss them. You can't, you know, don't lose them up. The ones that are smaller than this, it will not fit, of course, you know. But you know, just to tell you, there is only 10 bolts holding this on this section. On the plastic part, there is 3 bolts. Those are shorter than the than this. These are longer than this. These are way shorter, like this much, I would say, and the other ones are like this big. So just as a reference, so we have the chart here, torque specs, you know, torque sequence. Okay, so this is what we are going to follow. There's 2 different valve bodies, I guess, and therefore there's 2 different applications when it comes to torquing the valve body unit to the transmission. So we have this model and we have this specification to 8 newtons. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna use our torque wrench. Okay, so I already preset it to 8 newtons, 8.1, which will be the same as 6 foot-pounds. Okay, so we're within the specifications because it allows us some tolerance to go a little bit higher, a little bit less, but make sure that you actually, you know, follow the instructions that are required by CF or BMW. Even though we got the manuals, the owner provided me with the manuals for this application, but it doesn't really say that much information that we needed to know about the transmission. There's a Bentley book, which is very complete. I really recommend them. If you guys are do it yourself guys, you can get these books, you know, from Bentley publishers. They're really good. I have some myself for my own cars. You know, as you guys know, I have Volkswagen, so that's my thing. I've been using them for a very long time, and I can really say that they're good products. So now here comes the other tricky part, which is torquing the valve body and then installing this plug right here. This is the sleeve that we were talking about, and this is the plug, the electric connector plug. So when you remove the plug, you pull it out, you left this thing, you know, counterclockwise. So from here it goes up around the, you know, it's like the circular thing that turns, you know, to unscrew himself out from the connector, from the sleeve. And then when you put it back, you have to make sure that you line them up with this guides so it can push. When you screw it in, it will go inside by himself. This is a very tricky part. I've done it yesterday and previous times when I work on these kind of transmissions, but this is very tricky. Make sure that it slides in easily, and then you can just hand push it a little bit, and then you have to screw it back in. But as I said, could be very tricky. It took me almost half an hour last time. I did it. So just be patient. Look at the interior part of the those are the connector. That's the connector. Those are the pins, and so this is how it's supposed to look once it's in place. Okay, so I have it on a plastic bag. I know it looks very bad quality, because the plastic bag that I have is the only one I found around the shop. So let me show you. Let me focus the camera. Okay.